What's up, guys? It's Cadence Radio, August 23rd, 2019. Yes, I hope you all are doing very good today. It's a glorious day for me. What happened, just a little bit of a personal thing for me and stuff. We had a little bit of a barbecue at my work today, little team event. It was fun. Ate a lot of burgers and hot dogs. Kind of feeling it right now, so drink a little bit of club soda just to settle my stomach. But funniest thing happened to me. I was coming home, got some gas, and came home. Dropped a couple of my coworkers home. Well, one drove her home and stuff. So I get home and I hear yelling upstairs. It's not crazy yelling. It was just like almost like my wife was yelling, but it was a good yelling. So I get down and put some stuff away in the basement. Came upstairs and I opened the door and my wife's like, "You gotta see this. You gotta see this." And just when she opened the door, my little one, she took her first steps. Well, she probably took her first steps because she had it recorded, but she took it for me and stuff. It was pretty cool. She had a remote control in her hand, and she's walking and walking and walking, and basically just got up and started walking. It was pretty cool because we've been trying to get her to walk for the last couple of months or so. But gradual. Then this time she got brave and got up and started walking. So it was a great sight to see. It's going up pretty fast, but I'm gonna make sure. Football season is coming up about in a couple of weeks here, so I can't have walking around with a remote control. So I gotta make sure that I get that remote control. But maybe that's the thing that makes her walk. I don't know. But it was kind of cool to see it. It was pretty wicked. Brought a tear to my wife's eye. And I was just, elated, pretty proud, growing up so fast. First they walk, then they talk, and then hopefully, then they talk back, but it's all good. I'm here to listen. That's what we parents need to do, listen to our kids. All in all, it's been, the last time I left you guys, I was talking about arrest of Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein. I'm glad it's still in the news, and a couple of events happened with shootings and stuff like that, El Paso and Idaho. But the last time I left you, that was like that Friday. Then woke up on Saturday morning and read the headlines that Epstein had committed suicide. It was a little bit surprising to me since he was on suicide watch, but the stories keep changing, saying that he wasn't. He tried it a week before, tried to commit suicide, but turns out that honestly, it's looking towards he was murdered, and people are really saying that, are really hinting that, but there's a lot of the coroners are saying that it's not, he did commit suicide. But if you look at the cell and everything like that, pretty much there's no way you can hang yourself through that. The material and all that stuff they give you, like sheets and stuff, they're very flimsy and stuff, so you can't tie nooses or anything like that, especially in a maximum security prison. So story doesn't add up. And the funniest thing, a lot of the media kind of questioned and stuff, and then they backed off, and now they're saying that it was a suicide. But it just got a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of people who looked at the news, and and society as a whole, people who are following this story, something does smell very, very fishy about it, and people asking questions, and hopefully they keep on asking questions and really really delve deep into it. I just think that this is, to me, there's a faction within our government, within all governments around the world, who operate without any rules, without any laws, and they're basically in the shadows. But there's lots of light which is shedding in those shadows, and there's a lot of demons popping out and being exposed. So I ask everybody who knows about this story, keep asking questions, because when you keep asking questions and you delve deep in your research of what this guy is about or was about, you'd be very taken back about the connections which come with this guy. I think he was just a front man. A front man who probably moved a lot of money around, lots of money around laundering, but he was just a sicko, straight up. These guys, they abuse little kids, rape little girls. That's basically their MO. The psychopaths, they don't feel. So it's been happening since the beginning of time. This is basically a religion to them. It needs to be stopped. Lots of evidence is coming up on it, and it's not. When the evidence pops up, it's not gonna go away once people look at it, and it's up to us as a whole society to not condone this and basically go after these sickos. To me, I think it is going to happen. It's so close, but there's a lot of good people fighting the fight. I've been doing videos for about a year now. To tell the truth, I don't have any views. I like putting out these podcasts onto my website and all that, cadenceradio.com. Check it out, and putting a couple of blogs out. And hopefully, a couple people listen to it, a couple people view it, and, and they spread the word. That's all you can really do. But it's not only me, there's a lot more other people doing the grunt work and doing the investigative work. I always shout them out on my channel. I'll give them a shout out: Jordan Stacer, Dustin Nemos, Tracy Beans, quite frankly, X22's Big SGT Report, Mr. Wilcock, Corey Good. And the list goes on and on. Kate Awakening. Yeah, she's very good looking, by the way. Don't tell my wife I said that, but she does a lot of. She's doing a podcast too, and very informative. Amazing Polly. I can go on and on about these people. Just Informed Talk, of course, and Red Pill. I can go on and on. These guys are doing great work and keeping our eyes on the ball, which we need to do. I know it's very hard with lots of people who have lots of work to do. You have family to raise, bills to pay. It's kind of hard not to get caught up in rigmarole like what we're doing, but we gotta help. For us, we're citizens first and foremost. I'm a Canadian citizen. As lots of American citizens, we vote through elections every time. We vote for these people to be in power. We pay tax dollars for them to do whatever it does, and I want to really know where my tax dollars go, because I don't want it going to a bunch of psychopaths diddling little kids. Not what my money wants to go to and launder to, and it needs to stop. I think that they'll get to do. The tide is turning, the tide turned. I think when these guys got into real power, it turned probably 1917, but they ramped it up big time. I would say when John F. Kennedy got assassinated, that was basically, and then Martin Luther King, and then Robert F. Kennedy. When those guys got assassinated, they ramped it up hard, and they've been having a vice grip on everything, on the states, a vice grip on Canada, vice grip Middle East. The list goes on and on. You know, everybody's talking. Here's my story. Here's my, not my assumption, no, my assumption basically. I think it's there's a whole bunch of factions around the world. One in the USA, one in Canada. These are bad factions, by the way, and a lot in the Middle East. You're gonna do Iran, China. I think Russia cleaned up their act. You know, there's lots of oligarchs who got kicked out by Putin. He had to do something, and his country right now is prospering a little bit. But these factions, they have the governments of these countries blackmailed basically, and what they have is leverage on these people to do the nefarious deeds for these shadow demons. So, you know, when you hear Trump saying that Iran's an enemy, when you hear all this talk and China and all this, he's actually talking about the people within those factions, the dark side, and he's calling them out, and he knows, right? You know, I think Trump is a front man for the United States. I think there's a big operation. He's a showman, the biggest showman you ever see. But he throws out little needles of truth, which you want, coded words, everything like that. You guys should the people who know what I'm talking about should know that. But I think that he's there, but there's a one which is way below. There's another, the good guy faction, which is guiding him through all this. You know, he might have his couple 2 cents in, but he's there for what's going to happen to the economic side. I think he was put in there because the guy has been bankrupt about 7 times. He knows how to manage through bankruptcy and stuff. And I think that in the last couple of weeks, he's been actually speaking about the Fed. He's been again, he's been going after the Fed, saying that these guys are doing this. Economy is good, but they keep on raising interest rates, and then they just stagnate the job growth. So he called them out yesterday, called them out the day before. Check his tweets out. But I think that he's there for the reset. He's there for the Fed's going to be reset. It's basically, and lots of stuff's going to come crashing down. What anybody's saying after he's doing the raising rates, everything went down except for gold. Gold's been rising for the last 6 months, I think. Highest it's been in a number of years, basically. I think that what's happening is, I don't know if it's going to be a gold-backed currency they're looking at. I think it's going to be a little bit different. I'm hoping it's the gold-backed currency, but we need to find the gold first and foremost. And I've heard, with the research I've been doing, that most of that gold has been recovered. So we'll see how that goes. If that happens, then these psychopaths are pretty much dead in the water, and you're gonna see a lot of arrests. You're seeing a lot of deaths happening. You know, today, one of the Koch brothers did pass away. They said that he had prostate in 1992, and he's been sick for a while and stuff. I don't know, maybe something was on him since those documents of Epstein. were released, his name did come up. So I don't know if he just said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." You know, dead or not, suicidal or not, hiding out. Who knows? Lots of you can't really believe and look at what the mainstream media is doing. So you just got to do your research. But all in all, you're gonna see a lot of that. The biggest thing, I think, the biggest news, which is that was big news, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg just finished her third week of cancer. This lady has been having cancer for about 12 years. Colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, now back to pancreatic cancer, doing radiation treatment. I have a feeling that this lady's going to be dead in the next month or so. But they're not going to release it because I think that they're going to try to keep her alive till the elections to think that the Democrats are going to win it so that they don't get Trump to nominate another Supreme Court justice. And if he does, you're gonna see tribunals happening for sure. I think that's gonna be in the wheelhouse once that lady does pass away, which I think she's pretty much close, 86 years old. With all those ailments and stuff, I don't care who you are. You can be 12, you can be 13, 14 years old, 26, but you're doing a bout of chemo for the 12 years, every time you've had cancer. That takes a lot out of you, man. And it doesn't matter young or old you are. And basically, I think she's on death's door for sure. You're going to see something happen probably at the end of the year. They might keep it under wraps for long. I honestly think that she's already dead. But we'll see in the long run there. But just watch out for that one. That's a big death. And the strategy would be putting up another Supreme Court coming up there, and pretty much it's going to be game over. It's going to be big game over. There'll be a lot of moving in. On my side of the branch here, we got my shiny pony, we call him, Mr. Trudeau. He just got, he's liable for criminality regarding obstruction of justice of a Montreal firm. Don't know what it is, Levar or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But they got him in an obstruction. Elections are coming up, and I just got a feeling that he's pretty much finished. I think that he won't even finish out the elections. He might run for a little bit, but more dirt's going to come up to him regarding this stuff, and I think he's going to bow out. And we're going to have a new prime minister. That's my prediction on that one, because there's going to be a whole lot more stuff coming out with the foundation and lots of money laundering. He's part of it too, to tell you the truth. He's part of these psychopaths. Every time you listen to him, the guy just recites speeches, doesn't answer nothing, and pretty much a showman, a front man for more nefarious people. Bought and paid for sure. Most of these people are. So, like I said, do your research with this Mr. Epstein fellow. There's more to stuff which is coming. It's going to shock the world what's going to happen. And hopefully it does, and this doesn't get thrown under the rug. I was just reading a couple of these guys, Vanity Fair. They interviewed some of his victims, and they basically didn't publish the story. They just sat on the story and just got rid of it. And these ladies, victims and stuff, they're telling the story and stuff, and basically now they can't be heard because they've been silenced by these mainstream media. And what pisses me off with Vanity Fair and stuff like that, there was a big Me Too movement and all that shit, and then they do this. They're so hypocritical. It makes me sick. And the Me Too is just a bunch of baloney. There's another indictment on Mr. Harvey Weinstein again. Wow. Hopefully more come out. I think this one's gonna be for sex trafficking. And like I said, most of these people, movie stars, all they are a bunch of paid prostitutes, basically men and women. You got to give out to get these parts. Casting couch it's called, and some of them are speaking out. Giving props to Miss Bella Thorne. She came out. She said that she's been molested ever since she was 6 years old. No one said nothing because she's been me, and no parents, nothing like that, looked it out because she's making money for everybody. So she came out and exposed this, and hopefully more celebrities brave like her are gonna come out and really expose this filth, really clean it up, you know. So we'll see it. We'll see a lot of change coming up. It's only August, but this year has flew by, man. Holy shit, it's flew by. But in the coming months, just watch out, guys. There's going to be lots more stuff coming. I think September is going to be a huge month. But I think the biggest month I think is going to happen, it'll be January, for sure. That's what I'm saying. There'll be little drops, but then you're going to see a lot of happenings in January. And then February, Ides of March is coming. And then before Election Day, I think it will be a landslide. Donald Trump is going to win straight up. It's going to be a landslide because the other party, the Democrats, are going to be exposed for what they are. They're just pandering grifters. Just want money out of people's backs and energy. But like I said, Democrats, Republican, it doesn't matter. They need to dig out these tumors on each party side and expose them for what they are. And once they do that, rule of law or whatever the law is going to come back, and we need to do it on our side in Canada too, to get rid of these people who have been siphoning the country, straight up siphoning the country for no good. So, stay strong. For sure. This is Woman from Cadence Radio, and we will talk soon. All right, peace.